I've been with a lot of startup company, yeah. But it started with that moment in COVID where my client said that, sorry, I don't have the demand for your product. There's nothing wrong with your product, but it because we have bigger priorities. It's really, and there's nothing wrong with beer. Beer is great. I do like a lot of their brands and Hushabuk and Bev, but it's really got you to think about the product that you're selling, what kind of value you want to provide, how you want to spend your time, your day. And those can be the questions when you're in a very systemized organization. You're in the mechanism where it works smoothly and everything is great and everything is expectable. You don't really think about it. You just kind of enjoy what you're doing. It's kind of relaxing in a sense. And then someone showed up and give you a reason to question why why are you doing what you're doing, and you kind of want to have other options. Yeah. So that was a story.
So let me ask you this, and hopefully I ask this the right way. So Vietnam is kind of, it's like kind of conservative here, kind of traditional, right?
Sorry.
Like Vietnam's like kind of traditional, kind of conservative.
I when I was smaller, before I spent time in any other country, I thought so. I thought that everything is so conservative in here, so conventional. My parents tell me to not to do this, not to do that. Every time we want to do anything, we have to think about what other people think. And it's I thought it's tough to be the first. When I spend more time in other country, especially when I spend more time outside of Ho Chi Minh City, I don't think that's the case anymore.
Okay.
I think one thing I know for sure that Vietnam is constantly changing. The people are changing, as in not just there are more young people where they push for new ideology and perspective, but my parents, they're changing in their perception. The older people, they're more open-minded now than ever. There are definitely differences between every cities and every country. There will always be a part of the people that are conservative and a part of pushing for new ideas and experience. And I think that is the same thing in here. But now more than ever, I feel like I don't think our country is a conservative country anymore. Well, obviously there are certain things that is still challenging to do in here, but I think we have been moving in a good direction for a long time.
So when you first started out doing this great job, did you ever have a challenge of like older guys saying, "What's this young lady doing here? Like, does it deserve to be here?" Like, how did you work your way through that?
Definitely, there want this very funny story. So before I was in charge of the Modern Trade channel, I used to have a few months working on the on-premise channel in another city, in a tier 2 city that is called Bien Hoa. It's right next to Ho Chi Minh City, but Ho Chi Minh is tier 1, that is tier 2. And the way that we work is that, we would work very closely with the wholesaler, the distributor. Usually in one city, we're gonna have one or two a tier 2 wholesaler, depending on the scale of that city. And those wholesaler will share with us or will guide us about the ecosystem of the store, the shops, and the smaller distributors in that city. So we can come to the store owner, the shop owner, and say, hey, we want to sell beer in your place. We already talked to the distributor. If you agree, beer will be sent to you right away. So it streamlined the process and everything. So when I first joined my team in Bien Hoa, in that city, I was only 23. And I was so far only worked in the office. So I wore what I work in the office to the place, to the field. And the one owner of the shop, he actually thought that I am the promoter, how how would I describe it? So usually we have the promoter at the store who actually, when you go to a restaurant, there'll be someone wearing the uniform of that beer brand and try to sell you the beer and introduce to you the product. And he thought I was one of them just because I don't look like anybody else, and just because I'm a girl, and just because I was very young. And he did not think that I was in charge of the wholesale team and will negotiate a contract and the business terms with him. So from the first moment, he did not took me seriously. And when I first talked to the wholesaler in tier 2 cities, when it further to Ho Chi Minh City, usually they are quite experienced and they're older, and most of the time they're male. So it's they keeping gates with new people. They don't want to go through the friction of, hey, I talk everything with the previous guy. You just go talk to him. I don't want to repeat myself anymore. And it were very hard for me in the first few months in the first month to really have a proper conversation with those people where they take me seriously and really understand what's going on.
And were you the only female in this group?
Yeah.
Okay.